Mobile press meet today. After the successful launch of the LVM-3-M6 Bluebird satellite mission, we welcome Shri M. Mohan, Chairman and Managing Director NSIL and Director LPSC ISRO, and Shri Sriharikota, the Chief Operating Officer at AST Space Mobile. I would now like to welcome and request Shri M. Mohan, Chairman and Managing Director NSIL and Director LPSC ISRO, to first address the gathering and share a few words about the mission.
Thank you. Good morning to all of you for this press meet of NSIL with the AST Global Mobile. As you all would have seen today morning, exactly at 8:55:30 seconds, we had the successful liftoff of the LVM-3-M6 vehicle, and after about 9:34 seconds, it precisely placed the AST Bluebird Block 2 satellite in the orbit of 520 kilometers, and the precision was so good that, as Chairman has mentioned, it was within a 2-kilometer accuracy with respect to the perigee apogee of 520 kilometers. It was between 518 plus to 520, almost less than 2 kilometers accuracy. It was placed in the orbit. Of course, this is a cooperation between US and India as a nation, and it was cooperation between two organizations. Basically, NSIL represents the Department of Space. NSIL, New Space India Limited, is the commercial arm of ISRO, Indian Space Research, provide the launch services and the satellite services and the ground segment services to the national requirements as well as the global community. And as already mentioned, today was the 434th foreign satellite launch completed by ISRO, and out of this, this is the heaviest single lift-off satellite of almost 6.2 tons is the satellite mass, including the separation system and the ring. But the separating part, the satellite which separated from the launch vehicle, was around 5,914 kg. That also is a record, and we have placed the satellite in the precise orbit. Now it is over to the AST mobile team to take it forward for the further operations of the mission in the next coming days. So thank you very much for all of you to be here and interact with, very happy to interact with all of you and share whatever information we can do. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Congratulations to you and the entire team. I would now request Sri Sriharikota, COO of AST Space Mobile, to share a few words.
Thank you everyone for joining us at this historic moment, not only for our company, but also for the global direct-to-device technology. Let me begin by thanking ISRO for their partnership in delivering a very successful Bluebird 6 launch. It is especially very meaningful for me to be back in India, where AST Space Mobile launched its first prototype satellite, Blue Water 1, back in 2019 with ISRO. And that marked the beginning of a journey to enable space-based technology for cellular broadband connectivity around the world. Today's mission reflects the strength of the international collaboration and India's growing leadership in the space industry. Our satellite Bluebird 6 is one of the largest satellites ever launched in the lower orbit. It has got a communications array of about 223 square meters, or roughly about 2,400 square feet. It is an entirely new technology that will transform how we connect around the world. This satellite is designed to provide 4G and 5G cellular broadband connectivity directly to your everyday smartphones, anywhere on Earth, without any modifications on your hardware or any software needed. This satellite has been years in making, and it represents a very ambitious vision of ours, backed by the years of engineering excellence, relentless innovation, and our world-class expertise. Some of the teams behind this breakthrough are based right here in India. AST Space Mobile has an R&D center in Hyderabad, now employing about more than 100 people, many of them very highly skilled engineers who work on the core technologies that makes this direct-to-device satellite technology possible from space. Our center in India, they span across flight software development, ground software development, payload software, even the semiconductor chip verification and validation, and as well as we operate our network operating center and security center from Hyderabad. This team are contributing directly to developing unprecedented capabilities that will change how the world connects. Today, there are about 5 billion mobile phones in use today around the world. But still, many of us experience gaps in coverage, how we live, work and travel. There are about additional billions of people without any cellular broadband connectivity and who remain unconnected to the global economy. Our space-based cellular broadband network has the potential to bridge this digital divide, unlocking critical services such as remote communication, healthcare, education, banking, and job opportunities. Think about the possibilities with the direct-to-device technology, which enables everyone to participate in today's modern economy. It can serve as a lifeline for emergency response teams when terrestrial connectivity is compromised, for example, due to bad weather, or to support the rescue teams in remote areas such as on top of a mountain or at sea or in deep wilderness. For governments, we offer a secure network for a variety of defense use cases across the very challenging terrains. For maritime as well as aviation services, we ensure stable communication line and real-time data availability. The opportunities with this technology is simply endless. One of the major breakthroughs for our company was achieving the seemingly impossible task of connecting directly to standard mobile phone from space. Reaching a smartphone, what you have in your pocket with a small antenna and a low transmission power from lower orbit, requires large satellites that each carry thousands of antennas. Our satellites, they will act as a cell tower in space, and our satellite technology is supported by an extensive IP portfolio of about 3,800 patent and patent pending claims. Beyond just enabling the true direct-to-device technology, our large space array are designed to offer additional advantages. A larger satellites provide a greater coverage area, provides a higher capacity per satellite, which means we need to launch approximately 90 satellites to provide the global coverage of services. By the end of 2026, we expect to launch about 45 to 60 satellites or Bluebird satellites of this size in orbit. 45 to 60 satellites will be sufficient for us to provide continuous coverage across strategic targeted markets. Our approach, it optimizes the technical performance, our capital efficiency, and a very responsible space operations. Regarding our commercial service availability, let me provide some context on our trajectory. In 2023 and 2024, we successfully demonstrated the technology, achieving the world's first space-based voice call, world's first video call from transmission using unmodified smartphones. In 2025, we have focused on strengthening our commercial partnership with 50 plus telecom operators around the world, representing nearly 3 billion subscribers. We have expanded our manufacturing capacity to be able to produce up to 6 satellites of this size per month, which is unprecedented in the industry and establishing a very comprehensive global spectrum portfolio. 2026 will be the year of deployment for us. We anticipate about 5 launches by the end of first quarter of 2026, and with launches of 1 to 2 months on average to meet our target of 45 to 60 satellites launched by the end of 2026. The commercial service will occur to our telecom operating partners, and with initial services beginning next year as we deploy more number of satellites. Our next satellite, called Bluebird satellite, has already shipped to Cape Canaveral in Florida, with launch expected in the first quarter of 2026. The Bluebirds 8 to 19, they are already in the various stages of production, and we remain on track to complete up to 40 satellites of phased array, a large phased array, by early 2026, which will bring us to completion of 46 satellites by early 2026 from a phased array perspective. As we enter 2026, we will see a constellation taking shape and the beginning of service activation through our telecom operating partners. We have established significant competitive advantages. We have proprietary proven technology, deep partnership with telecom operators, a very comprehensive spectrum rights, which including low band spectrum, mid band spectrum, as well as L band and S band rights, nearly 3,800 patent and patent pending claims. We are 95% vertically integrated for our manufacturing, and we have a talent of global teams, including right here in India. We are very close to deliver on our mission, which is connecting the unconnected and providing connectivity where it does not exist today, and closing the gap in connectivity that exists today. Today's launch of Bluebird 6 has marked a new chapter in connectivity, and I am very excited for what lies ahead as we move towards a truly connected planet. Thank you again to ISRO, to our partners, and to all of you joining for being here.
Thank you for those insights and congratulations to you too. We now open the floor for a few questions.
Can you use a mic? Can you use the mic?
So, ISRO has been a long-time partner for us. We launched our first satellite with ISRO, our first prototype back in 2019. When we started working on this mission about 2 years ago with ISRO, and ISRO has a very successful record of having successful missions. They have a very amazing vehicle of LBM-3, which is a vehicle capable of carrying our satellites. So we are very proud of our relationship with ISRO and the result of today's successful mission. Yes, so we work with multiple launch providers, including in India with SpaceX, with Blue Origin. So the 45 to 60 satellites what we plan to launch is with a multitude of launch partners across the world, including ISRO.
Any other questions?
So what is the target of next year?
So next year we are targeting to launch about 45 to 60 satellites by end of 2026, and that 45 to 60 satellites will be enough for us, sufficient for us to provide continuous coverage across key strategic markets, beginning with the United States, Europe, Japan, and the Middle East. And then we need a constellation of about 90 satellites for the global coverage, and that's when we can provide coverage across the rest of the world.
All of launch at ISRO? All of launch at ISRO, sir?
Not all of them will be launched from ISRO, because these are, as you can imagine, these are very large satellites, about 6,000 kgs each. So we need a multiple large number of vehicles. So we are working with all the launch platforms. Our satellites are designed to be launch platform agnostic. So we work with all the launch platforms, vehicle company around the world, and ISRO being one of the significant partners for us for the launches into the future. Yes, so last year we signed a strategic partnership with Vodafone Idea to provide the satellite-based broadband cellular connectivity in India. And we are working on that partnership now, and we are working with them about the plans to enter the market, the Indian market sometime in the future.
You had a question back there. Just one second.
Sorry?
How fast the it will be like?
No, let others also ask, no. Otherwise it will be a problem.
Yeah, so a couple of questions. First thing is, have you signed up for any further launches with ISRO? Is that a yes or no, or what is it like?
We are under discussions.
Okay, under discussion. Thank you. Then about deploying such large antennas in space, right? So these antennas are critical to your operations. What about micrometeoroidal orbital debris and the risk they pose to such antennas when LEO is getting so immensely crowded?
Yeah, so our large space array antenna 2400, although it's 2400 square feet, it's actually very thin. On one side of the antenna we have the solar panels, then we have the electronics in the middle, and at the bottom we have the antennas to transmit the signals. So imagine you are flying a carpet, and when you imagine flying a carpet across the low Earth orbit traveling at 17,000 kilometers, the chances of debris coming directly to you is very less. And we definitely we collaborate with the NASA and all the agencies where we get the data and we maneuver as we use our 5 satellites today.
One more follow-up.
One last
Yeah.
question.
So this is regarding the practicality of this technology. One, it is being said that the satellite-based array would require immense amounts of power to communicate with thousands of smartphones at the same time. And likewise, even the battery drain on the smartphones would be immense to be able to send a signal 500 kilometers up into space.
So this is where our technology is unique. If you look at a smartphone today with a small antenna and a very low transmission power, it won't be able to connect to the satellites until and unless the satellites are very powerful enough to send the signal down. Our satellites are designed to be large with a purpose to provide broadband cellular services and connectivity directly to the cell phones. It has a very strong link performance, the beam forming, which has minimized the interference in other spectrum, as well as we have tested this to work outside in bad weather conditions, as well as inside the wall, inside the car, inside the airplane as well.
Last question then, please.
How much of launch expenditure, sir?
We don't comment on the specific launch expenditure. We do publicly disclose that our average satellite cost is about 21 to 23 million, including the launch cost.
Okay, I'm going to take 2 more questions and that's it. This gentleman first and that one. We take this one.
Yeah, so the Bluebird 6, we already made the contact with the satellite. The satellite is already in thermal roll. In the coming weeks, after testing all the health checks, we are expecting to deploy in the coming weeks the satellite. And then once it is deployed, then we start the basic operation of first testing, and after the initial tests are complete, the satellite will be ready for providing the connectivity services.
Last question, sir.
What is that asking from any user?
So we partner with telecom operators to provide services to their end users. The cost typically varies by country, and it depends, and we have various the mobile operators are expected to provide various plans. It could be a day pass, it could be a pass on a per data basis on an emergency use case, it could be a monthly add-on service. So it completely varies and depends on each market.
Okay. Thank you so much everyone. Thank you Sriharikota. Thank you Shanti, and to all of you for being here today.
Thank you.
Thank you everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you. Nice.
We will start working on the, we have already started.
We can do that.